hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
Partly cloudy, rain ending. I would say it has done that right now. 80 the high.
Ended.
72 downtown.
It's starting to look nice.
Yeah, it is. Not bad at all. Let's get caller number 7 right now. It's 770-WGRD or 1-800-947-3979. You'll go into the drawing. You'll be one of 5 by the end of the week for tickets to MIS when NASCAR's in town next weekend. 3 days of races. You get tickets to all of them. A couple different things to talk about here. In a moment, Jim Harbaugh was annoyed with the media. And I can see why any coach would get annoyed because it is the same questions over and over. That was one thing that we learned when Brady Hoke was in town with the Sports Commission. And he had a press conference before, and I don't normally go to those press conferences, particularly in the middle of summer. Like the only time I've ever been to coach press conferences or athlete press conferences, it was at the Big Ten basketball tournament when I had a press credential, and I'd go in there just to see what was going on. But they had just played a game, and so there was a lot to talk about.
Well,
this was Brady Hoke in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
They were, several weeks away from the opening of training camp, several weeks removed from spring football. There's nothing happening. And so we saw him get asked the same questions by reporters who it was their beat. They're following him. They got to try to get a story. And so you see that. Well, Jim Harbaugh was addressing the media. Now, the camp has started. There are pertinent stories. And some watchful eyes noticed that when they had the team photo, 3 players were suspended or were not in the photo. The Detroit Free Press reports they were told by a U of M official that Kareem Walker, a 4-star recruit, was not suspended, but that Amir Mitchell and Shelton Johnson, other 2 that were missing, are suspended.
Okay.
So people wanted to get some information about that with Jim Harbaugh, and so he let out a little bit of information and did not enjoy the follow-up questions.
Still current good standing? Are they with the program and everything?
There's 2 of those players are suspended.
Who are they?
I know you like to ask a lot of questions, but we'll handle that internally.
Well, he looks crazy.
He
enraged.
does have good crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's nuts.
How long of a suspension are those guys out?
That's why I don't give you any information because you're never satisfied. You always want a second question, a third question.
You ask like journalism type things.
You with your who, what, where, when, how.
Said we'd handle it internally. Thank you.
Jim's
Good. Thanks a lot.
It's like
During
he
these
doesn't
press
even...
conferences, I would appreciate more just general statements from you, like, I like cake.
What's funny is, that guy is such a perfectionist. I'm sure they run a play 1 billion times in camp until they get it exactly right, which is kind of what those reporters are doing. Their job just happens to go against the grain to what's best for him. But you would think on some level, and maybe he does and just got annoyed, that he would appreciate them trying to, he's always saying better today than yesterday, better tomorrow than today. I love that line.
Yeah.
But that guy's trying to be better tomorrow than today.
Yeah, but maybe he's covering up the fact that he murdered those players for failing expectations.
That could be.
That being said, I love Harbaugh.
I do too.
We are so lucky right now with Harbaugh and D'Antonio as the head coaches for the 2 big programs. Well, hell, and P.J. Fleck at Western Michigan, as long as he's going to be there.
Oh, he's not gone yet?
No, and he keeps pulling off all these big things. He's had I think the last 3 years, the 3 best recruiting classes in the history of the Mid-American Conference, and then he gets Sylvester Stallone and one of the Gorez brothers to do the viral video.
I only saw that they did it. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Oh.
That was really good.
That is nice.
Or
and
maybe,
of course, row the boat, right?
Yeah, rowing the boat.
That was a lot more fun to make fun of, but when he was just a wiener losing every game and his dumb row the boat, but now he's kicking everybody's ass.
Are people rowing the boat, though?
I think they've been
when you
rowing
go
the
down
boat.
there?
I think they're rowing the yacht.
Do they row the boat? Do they actually do it? Really?
I think so. I think they bought in.
They all say it. I see your buddy Airhorn Brian.
Does he say row the boat?
Day, he's like, row the boat, man. Wow. Row the boat.
Yeah, they bought in.
A bunch of my friends that went to Western are like, yeah, time to row the boat today. That doesn't mean anything. You guys are horses. That's your mascot.
He just said it. It's just a thing he said.
Yeah.
They might be good. You don't have to do it.
Like when CMU was winning under Butch Jones, their team phrase was pull the rope. And it's the same idea. Like you want everybody rowing in the same direction. You're not going to pull the rope. Like, hey, you know what? You got to pull the rope. You feel tired. Pull that rope. Help a teammate along.
Yeah.
You know what we didn't do? Go to Kelly Short Stadium and go, pull the rope. Pull the rope. I didn't start bringing rope to the game. Justin would have. He liked costumes.
Yeah, that's true.
Love them,
I just don't think you have the spirit.
especially for winning teams.
Yep. By the way, Western hasn't won a Mid-American Conference since 1988. So good job, Coach.
Oh, that's actually shocking.
Ooh. Yeah. Burn.
I don't know why I did that.
Because it's right.
Yeah.
During the commercial break, I made this noise. Oh.
Yeah, you did.
You did? Yeah. Yep. And I assumed that was a personal thing.
I got nervous, but then you said, no, we'll wait. So I thought, well, it can't be that bad.
Now, included with it was this handsome photo of the twins.
That's neat.
Where it appears that Hayden is preparing to jump off the top rope and bash Oliver in the unsuspecting back of his head with his new splint.
Well,
because Hayden is the rough one.
Yeah, he's positioned.
He looks like he's motivated.
He's creeping.
But that's not, the photo didn't make me go, It's this text.
Yes.
Good morning, ? So I should say, good morning?
Yeah.
I had written good morning earlier. Mm-hmm. Alice pooped in the living room after she came back in when I let her out. Hayden picked it up, or at least that's what I hope happened. He was crying, but his face didn't smell. The house is. It's trashed.
Oh, my God. You are really in it.
Yeah. Okay.
I know you're 16, but you were outside. Mm-hmm. Don't come back in.
Like ever.
The dog. She's 16.
No, I know.
Not the wife.
Not my wife. Or any of the children that I want to go out and not come back in. But why? It is so maddening. That has happened a couple times where she comes in from outside and goes, oh, thank God I didn't go in the grass. You want to...
Maybe you need to mow the grass.
Right
Maybe it
dumb
tickles
gray
her butt.
snout.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness.
You know how they've got like those shopping carts you can buy, like the little tykes shopping carts? Mm-hmm. We have one at our house. And have your kids driven one of those through the pile of poo yet?
Oh, no. I'm looking forward to the poo trail around the house.
Yeah, the dotted line like a roadway.
Oh, do you guys have
all the way around my basement?
Oh. Do you have a Roomba?
That happened once.
No.
You said that yesterday, right? Someone did a detailed map of where his Roomba went around his house after it picked up some poo. The lines were daunting.
So when our dog Alice was having all sorts of trouble before, some listeners had said doggy diapers are a thing, and it was a lifesaver for people.
They are.
And I didn't want to do that, and she didn't seem to be having any accidents if she was on the hardwood. So we put up a series of gates that just very inconvenient, looks stupid in our house, and we were keeping her so she's on the hardwood 90% of the day, and then she goes in the bedroom and sleeps by us at night. But doggy diaper might be the next stop.
They're a huge pain, though. We tried that with one of our dogs. One, they're hard to get on. Two, then the poo is on them.
What about one of those?
Oh, yeah, that's a great point.
And so
it's in the hair.
Yeah. I mean,
okay, those are out.
If you've got a Doberman, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. But if you've got a dog with any actual hair back there,
what about those things they put on the back of horses? It's just a poo cup,
a poo catcher,
catch can.
Yeah, I don't know.
NASCAR?
I mean, maybe, but see, horses don't lay down as often. They usually put those on when they're on a roadway in a parade or something, not like around the pasture when they might lay down. Because when dogs come in and lay down, if they got a poop bucket on, that probably wouldn't help you out much either.
No, well, I mean, I assume it would just stick to the bottom.
Now,
maybe.
This dog she's such a handful. Now, she's 16, so she's very old. Her legs are bad. She can't stand up if she's on the hardwood. Yet, will she lay on the rugs we put out? Nah. Always lays down on the hardwood. Mm-hmm. So, recently, we figured out she'll bark when she wants to get up. She may just want to go get a drink of water, or she may have to go out. And she won't even try to get up now until you walk over to help her.
Okay.
So, I'm upstairs with the twins and Henry, and my wife's asleep, and I hear, Ruff. Uh-oh. Because it's not like I can just leave the twins upstairs with Henry and go downstairs, pick her up, and let her go outside.
Yeah.
I got to get everybody. So I start gathering everyone. I hear a second bark, a third bark, a fifth bark. And I finally get down there. And she had been in the kitchen. Now, she was laying in the middle of the kitchen, like, away from everything. When I get down there, she's still laying down. There's a dollop of feces in 3 locations across the floor.
Yeah.
And she is laying under a chair on the opposite side of the dining room table, and the chair is pushed up against the wall, and she cannot get up on her own. She is trapped. I don't know how in this world she managed to weave through the legs of the chairs and the table to get on the one on the far side while dropping feces in 3 distinct spots.
Boy.
She's the Hansel and Gretel of senile dogs.
I can't believe you lived through this because
she's
everything
furry
you're telling
Houdini.
me gives me a headache.
It's not great, but we love her. And
No, I know.
The only
I
other
just
choice
mean
is just give
everything.
up. And she was such a great dog, and
I'm not-
wouldn't, and
yeah.
she would never
I
give up on
understand.
us. But it does make you go, all right, well,
Yeah.
I don't want you to die, but I also don't want you to do this for another decade.
It's just,
no,
it's a lot of
difficult.
things going on in your house. A lot of moving parts.
She
Like,
might
I
live.
just imagine how awful that would be to have 2 babies in your hand and then you hear the bark. So then you have to, like, go downstairs and you can't just throw them on the couch.
Yeah, and they were having fun.
Yeah.
So then you get downstairs. I'm like, well, now I got to clean this up,
And
but
then
I
they're
can't
crying.
keep them out of that. So then my wife had locked the bedroom door because Oliver now understands how to open door handles, and if you don't lock it, he's coming in. So then I have to kick the door or bang the door with my knee, yelling, "Get up! There's feces in places." I didn't say it exactly that way,
Yeah,
but yeah.
Yeah, you can buy a floor liner for the inside of your car. You should be able to buy those for your home. Like, have an expert come in, laser your room, and go, okay, I'll be back in a week with your giant piece of formed vinyl.
I want it to be
No.
tearaways like the windshields on NASCAR cars.
Yeah.
Just all right.
that's
throw that
good.
one out.
Or rhino
Yeah.
line it. Just rhino
Oh,
line
yeah,
my
you
house.
could. Yeah, you could do that.
Spray it out.
Yeah.
Cover everything in Formica.
It is a weird spot now because she's old, and it is inevitable. I mean, she's not going to live forever. I mean, to be honest, she's at an age where if I got up tomorrow morning and she didn't move, it would be not shocking. Because I mean, she's had enough issues. She's deaf. I don't think she sees very well. But she's still in there. You see where her eyes sort of sparkle sometimes. She gets silly once in a while, and then her leg goes, I'm tired. But it's weird because my neighbor's dog was like this, and it was an outside dog, and they probably didn't take it to the vet ever, and it lived to be 21 years old, deaf, blind, and only died because their grandpa, who was also probably deaf and blind, backed over it with a car.
So that's the final solution.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, what he means by that is keep the dog outside.
Right.
Right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How else are you going to back over it?
Right.
If it's inside.
That's not easy to do
That's
inside
it.
the living room.
Yeah, no.
Jeez.
So yeah,
Uh,
back to my good friend steam cleaner today.
yeah.
But just it happens. Everybody's been there.
Yeah.
If you have animals and kids, I'm really concerned about the fact that one picked it up. Hey, what's this, fudge?
But the face doesn't
Oh.
smell.
No. It's
So
it happens. Again, Grayson in a cat box.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he-
true. Very resilient.
He doesn't even seem like he's brain damaged. So, I mean, other than normal 7-year-old's brain
doesn't
damage.
seem like it. Oh my god.
It's Metallica Fuel. 97.9 GRD rocks.
Give me fuel, give me